is the flat spot. That's going to be another fish for me. That's some punk shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very windy day. Ryan and I have not had the opportunity to make an instructional video because we've been fighting gale force winds all day long, and that's no joke.
Bro,
so
it was crazy.
We're just gonna throw what we've done today on a video and let you guys enjoy it, because we have flat.
We waxed them, dude. You waxed them. I did all right. But what do you say? I think this will be our first vlog. This will be like a vlog.
I guess
thing.
I'm just gonna throw it up there because you guys got to see this. Alright guys, well I know this is kind of a cheesy way of doing this, but this is all we got because of the wind we had yesterday. So we're sitting down here at my desk, and we're going to kind of explain how the day went. Right here, Ryan catches a really good fish on a ChatterBait, black and blue ChatterBait. He thought it was a lot bigger than it really was, but it's
I was a little amped up. The whole day was just a little bit of amped up fishing, missing a lot of fish, and becoming really frustrated.
Yeah, and really that ChatterBait fish really it put him on the wrong path. It's one of those fish that you catch and then he tried it and just could not get bit. And this next little fish right here, I kind of figured out. I knew that the males were up on beds, the females hadn't moved up yet. And I figured out that they didn't want to chase. They would chase it if it was hopping and stopping on the bottom. And so that's what I started doing pretty quick. At first I had a little bit of issues. I'd lose a lot of fish on the hook sets, so I switched out to braided line. And then it ended up being just paying attention to the details. I unpegged my Texas rig weight. I totally took the peg off. And what that does is it makes it to where that weight will move out of the way for the hook set and you get a better hook set. Another thing I did was, of course, upgrade to braided line. I put 65-pound braid on there so I could get a good solid hook set on the fish.
And that was my biggest mistake, was keeping my weight pegged and not switching over to braid. I didn't pay enough attention to the details, and this was one of those days where it literally made the difference between Gene catching 20 and me catching maybe 4 or 5. And you know, it was just a big mistake on my part to not get in tune enough. I was playing by the book, and logic says, you know, that the way the fishing had set up the few days before we were there, and the weather and the wind, I was so, you know, especially with me getting bit so fast on that ChatterBait, I was like, all right, it's on for the ChatterBait, or the, you know, even a lipless crankbait. It was not. They really weren't hitting it well, and so Gene made the right adjustments. I didn't pay attention, and it's certainly not Gene's responsibility to tell me, you know, when to switch. I kind of mess with them a little bit, you know, being like, dude, why didn't you tell me to do this or that? And it's not his responsibility. It's my job to know, you know, and pay attention. Paying attention to the details even would have meant looking over at Gene and being like, okay, why is he whooping me so bad? What is he doing different than I am? Because it's not like he was backbow. I mean, we get the same you know, the way we fish together is we get the same shot at the same pieces of cover. You know, we alternate who gets to flip up front. So it wasn't because of that. It was just because I didn't adjust. He did. He catches more fish. End of story.
Yep. Yeah, and it was the little minor details, and it wasn't the color of the bait. It was like the size of the bait. They wanted a small, compact rage bug or or something small. I like that just because I know when they bite it, they 9 times out of 10 have the hook in their mouth, and you're not gonna, you know, tear all the legs and everything off of it. But I was basically just going around looking for the bare spots, which were the beds, and you didn't really necessarily have to throw onto the beds. If you threw near them and did a hop, what happens is that sinker, because it's not pegged, lands on the bottom, but the bait itself falls a little bit slower, and it gives them a better target. It seemed they didn't want it falling fast like you would when it was pegged. They wanted it falling slow, and that's the same thing I did with this big female right here. This one ended up weighing 8 pounds. What?
It was 8.33.
8.33, and good net job by Ryan. I mean, just a phenomenal fish. It's pretty exciting. Look at that slow motion shot.
Since you had caught so many already, my netting game was pretty on.
What's funny is that net was the same net Ryan used to lip my 9.98 pound fish, 11 years ago? 9, 10, 11 years ago?
Was it that long?
Yep. So, pretty cool.
Yeah, it was 11 years ago. I was 16. Jeez.
Ryan was my net man. So, oops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to hit that fish.
That would be a 2-minute penalty. And MLF.
But yeah, the details are everything.
So, folks at home, Eugene Jensen is on fire. He is literally that was the one thing.
Dude, there were so many times that you missed a fish and that bait came flying past my head. It's not in the video, but Gene almost took my head off a couple times. So it was a dangerous game to be playing. Fishing where I was fishing some of the day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, y'all enjoy.
So watch this one right here. Ryan, for some reason, this fish did not hold onto the hook. You could tell it was a solid hook set.
This was my whole day. It just seemed like I would have them load up, and the rod would load up. And
so I threw in, and I think he may have been hopping faster than I was. Who knows? But I'd hop, let it fall down on a slack line, and hop and let it fall down on a slack line, and I actually catch that same fish that just hit.
I think I was just discussing
He was like,
my hook set thing with you. I saw my hand kind of go up.
Yeah.
The other thing too is this is one of my first. I was at the Bowfin.
That's the Bowfin.
Yeah, Gene. I told him earlier when he caught a Bowfin to just flip it in the boat. I didn't realize he was going to put it on me, and so that little dance there, that was a Dancing with the Stars moment. So. Yeah, I was hopping the bait pretty quick. I kind of found out that it really didn't matter how fast I hopped it, they were going to bite it.
Yep.
You know, just like you were saying, once you got that bait up to the nose, I was just dunk, just hopping along real quick, and I was just missing them, man.
Mine were hopping. I was hopping high to let it fall on a slack line,
so, yeah.
and then letting it sit a little bit longer. That may have been a difference. Who knows? But that's the fish that got hooked in the gill plate. I was afraid I was going to kill it, so I was trying to be real gentle.
Well, I got him in
and
the
not
gills, and I didn't want to kill him.
beat it around too much and let it just lay on the deck. Then Ryan, we double up here.
And after getting beat all day, we double up. And I get to look back and see that I have now been beat and are double up.
This is a big fish. So Ryan's sitting here, he's like, what'd you say?
Oh, you were like, oh man, if this is a bass, it's a 12-pounder. And I'm like, well, dude, then tell me so I can get the net.
Bass is 12 pounds.
Tell me so I can get the net ready.
Ended up being a big bowfin though. Look at this thing. They are mean. Man, they're mean.
Are you sure?
Nice. Here's just a couple more for good measure.
There was a lot to be learned.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing. Is that I learned a lot. I took a lot away from this day. I've thought about it a lot today. I've been just thinking about the lessons. So it was a lot of fun, guys, and I appreciate you guys watching.
Yep. Well, like I always say, guys, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing. First of all, subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and that little bell next to it so you can get alerts. But introduce somebody to fishing, introduce them to my channel. Let me help you teach them how to fish. More importantly, get out on the water, go out and catch some fish, and have a great day.